Hello, everyone. You're welcome again to another webinar with opportunities for youth. And today we are with Watson Institute. There are no new people to our webinar series, and we have wonderful people with us here. And I would hand you over to the team that's going to do the presentation today. So we just do a round of introductions and we take it from there. My name is Isaac Osei Owusu, and I'm here with Alice. Alice, can you just introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Alice Sarknadu. I am a digital marketer volunteering with Opportunities for Youth.
Thank you. Angelique.
Yes, hello. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. I'm Angelique Newhouse. I serve as a search manager with Watson Institute.
Okay, Sandra, you can unmute and speak now.
Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name is Sandra, and I am as well part of the search and admission team for Watson Institute. So happy to help and guide you in any way we can.
That's great. So, Alice, you take it from here. Let's see those who are around with us, and let's give some time, a minute or two. Then we just start. Thank you.
Okay, sure thing. Welcome everybody. I know I am extremely excited to hear from Sandra and Angelique about the Watson Institute. Um, Being someone of an entrepreneurial background, I am extremely excited for the opportunities that they're here to present. So just to kind of kick things off, if you are visiting or watching from a specific country, or you are tuned in, or maybe have an entrepreneurial background as well, just let us know in the comments in the chat. And yeah, we'll just kind of kick things off. I know I'm currently watching from Ghana. Angelique, where are you currently watching from or tuning from? I mean.
I am tuning from Pennsylvania, United States, where it is very, very cold. We're in northern Pennsylvania here, close to the New York line. Yeah, Sandra, she's not so cold where she is, huh?
No, I am not. I am tuning in from Guatemala City in Central America.
Okay, Sandra is enjoying the sun. I love that. I'm sorry, Angelique. It's extremely cold up there. I wonder how you're faring. Boston is, yeah, not too good as well. So I know how cold it can get in Pennsylvania. But I think we're just going to kind of kick things off. I'm just going to give a brief introduction about the Watson Institute. But first of all, I would just like to say, being an entrepreneur, just having that entrepreneurial mindset or the ability to create, I believe is something that everybody should get into. And being with Watson, it must be a great avenue to help other people get into that space. So just to kind of briefly let you know about the Watson Institute. Um, the Watson Institute is a place where rising entrepreneurs and leaders can find their community, discover their calling, and accelerate their careers. And that is what we're all here about today, just to talk about the opportunities available for especially the youth to accelerate their careers. So I'm just going to briefly hand it over to Angelique and Sandra. They're going to introduce themselves again and then take us through the opportunities that are available at the Watson Institute. Over to you,
Thank you
Angelique.
so much. Yes, thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Alice. And again, for anyone joining now, good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you to Opportunities for Youth for having us, as always. My name is Angelique Newhouse, and I am joined by my colleague, Sandra Moncia. We are part of the admissions team for Watson Institute Impact Fellowships. Today, we want to share some insights into the fellowships, as well as the application process and some tips. So to get us started, let's start with an icebreaker. Can you put in the chat what your focus is and or what your superpower would be if you could have one? Let's take a look. Sandra, do you want to share where some of the people are joining from today and maybe what some of those answers are? Oh, you're muted, Sandra.
We have people from Uganda, Lagos, Nigeria, from Ethiopia, from India, from Kenya, from Tanzania, Ghana, Zimbabwe. We have also from Pakistan and from Sri Lanka.
Amazing. It's really exciting to see you all joining from all over the world. Now, please feel free to be interactive in the chat. Tell us where you're joining from. Tell us what your focus area is. Tell us what your superpower would be if you could have one. And feel free to put questions right in the chat, and we will address those at the end of the presentation. Okay, so let's talk about Watson Institute. At the heart of our Impact Fellowships is a dedicated team committed to finding and nurturing future leaders. We search far and wide to identify promising talent, connect with them, conduct thorough interviews, and work closely with our admissions committee to select each fellow. Essentially, we're in the business of discovering and empowering leaders who will shape the future of their communities and beyond. Now let's talk a bit about impact. Watson Institute alumni have created over 1,900 jobs, collectively raised over $185 million in capital, and have been selected to Forbes 30 Under 30, Y Combinator, and Echoing Green. Watson Institute aims to impact 10,000 entrepreneurs over the next 3 years. Through these impact fellowships that we power, entrepreneurs are able to successfully accept many more growth opportunities. Thanks to the generous support of our partners, each of our impact fellowships are fully funded, so no cost at all to the fellows, and most even offer a venture development stipend. We collaborate with each partner and align our goal to enhance social entrepreneurship around the world with each of their philanthropic goals to form transformative fellowship journeys. These impact fellowships are designed to empower dedicated, impact-driven entrepreneurs to amplify their ventures. Each fully funded virtual program aims to equip entrepreneurs with the essential skills, hands-on experience necessary to enhance their ventures, access invaluable networks and resources, and drive transformative change in their communities. As you can see, we categorize our fellowships in 2 groups. These fellowships are hosted in the spring, and they seek applicants from various geographical locations and have focus areas from environmental sustainability, inclusive transportation and mobility, job creation, financial literacy, and agriculture. The QR codes on the screen will take you directly to each fellowship's webpage where you can apply. That brings us to our fall fellowships. These fellowships seek applicants from various geographical locations as well and have focus areas from technology, social impact, budding entrepreneurship, and systemic change. The QR codes on the screen will also take you directly to each fellowship's webpage where you can apply. Now, I have said many different focus areas, so I'd like to take a minute and take a look in the chat here. What focus areas do we have, Sandra? What are some superpowers or focus areas that are being shared with us today?
We have advocating for youth inclusivity, and superpower is to teleport. Superpower will be wish granting. Superpower would be to be invisible. Excited to join for water supply for the community. I work in Hasawa University. We also have, let's see,
I see work closely on renewable energy and environmental sustainability, focus area entrepreneurship and social innovation. These are incredible. These are all absolutely incredible. And the reason why we choose superpower is because being in social impact, social entrepreneurship is so incredibly powerful. You really are doing things that change the world. So it's very amazing for you all to share your focused areas, technology, agriculture, and sustainability. Wanting to increase your knowledge and skills, sustainable groundwater management. These are all incredibly impactful. So thank you for sharing them with us. So let's do a bit of an overview. Now that we have identified what types of fellowships Watson Institute powers, let's talk about programming. Each fellowship consists of an immersive. It includes a detailed time commitment, a base camp, and a summit event. The first 2 weeks are known as the immersive experience. Some fellowships are virtual, and some actually have an in-person experience followed by virtual programming. The immersive serves as a deep dive into the fellowship, connecting you with tools and resources, and it includes the beginning of the programmatic sessions. These sessions are led by our preceptors, who are experts in their fields, and they come in to teach on things like data and metrics, fundraising, team building, pitch development, and so much more. Each fellowship then culminates with a summit event which virtually celebrates every single fellow and even offers select fellows an opportunity to pitch their ventures to the global audience. Now, I want to tell you, we recently had the Western Union Foundation Fellowship Summit virtually, and we had almost 700 participants in attendance, global change makers and thought leaders from across the world. That brings us to the time commitment. The time commitment is roughly 10 to 15 hours for the first 2 weeks, and then 6 to 8 hours per week for the remaining 14 weeks. These sessions are held on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time, and include additional mentorship opportunities as well. Fellow-led base camps. Everyone truly enjoys the base camp component. It's exciting and it's impactful. This is a key deliverable of each of our fellowships. Base camps are a 1 to 3 day event that we ask every single fellow to host in their own communities, to ideate solutions, design business models, and compellingly communicate their businesses and organizations to an external audience. Essentially, these events can be mini venture accelerator workshops or even an event to help combat a social issue in your area. This is how we create a ripple effect of impact together. Watson Institute actually provides every fellow with a stipend to be able to host their base camps. So purchase a venue, supplies, food, a keynote speaker, and really bring in as many participants from your community as you can. Then we also give the support of a base camp program manager. The power of the network. At Watson Institute, we strive hard to connect every single fellow with as many meaningful connections as we can. Through this network, fellows unlock access to the world's leading sources of funding, support, and mentorship. The cohorts that we build are designed specifically with each fellow in mind, okay? We don't look to just build cohorts that fill relevant criteria, but we really look to build cohorts of individuals who will help and support and uplift one another. Now, that brings us to the application process. So if you're moved by what you hear here today, if you're interested, if you're in the area of social impact, social entrepreneurship, you want to change the world in some way. You're already changing the world in some way, and you really want to amplify the work that you do. Here's how you can become a part of this. The application itself takes no more than 45 minutes to complete. Once applications are received, we will review them and invite qualified applicants to attend a 20-minute interview. Next, we review finalists as a team and send email notifications regarding decisions. If selected to participate in the fellowship, you will be invited to attend a virtual Meet the Cohort session before the program officially begins. This is an opportunity to meet the other fellows in the cohort and officially be introduced to the program implementation team at Watson Institute, who will guide you through the entire journey of the Impact Fellowship. So you took the time. You came here to hear from us today. So with that, I want to share some tips with you. When filling out your application, be sure to consider your passion, your motivation, your journey. Tell us your story and what led you here today. Also consider how your venture aligns with the mission of the fellowship, and be sure to have clear and concise answers. So sit down, find some quiet time, a quiet place, and really put your heart and your thoughts into the application. I have never seen an application and thought, wow, that is just too long. So really sharing that information with us will help us to really determine your program fits and your passion behind why you do what you do. Notable impact. Right now, we're going to go ahead and share some additional links. Sandra, if you wouldn't mind to share those in the chat for how you can apply and the different names of the different impact fellowships that we power. Before moving to questions, I want to share some of this notable impact with you today. We have alumni Zambi Mati, who has recycled over 50 tons of plastic and been featured in publications with over 12 million views. This is huge. This is amazingly incredible. We also have Ryan Singh, who has been selected to Y Combinator and raised over $12 million. Beyond the incredible alumni of Watson Institute, we also have preceptors from around the globe, entrepreneurs and residents who share their lived experiences with you, and so much more. Now, let's take a quick look at the chat. Guyana, Cameroon, sustainable development, leadership, and educational empowerment. This is all so incredibly meaningful and an important work that you all are doing. So, oh, this is lovely. Thank you all. Watson Institute has been around for a little over a decade now, and our team is we are truly passionate about the work that we do. We review every single application. Let's go ahead and restart that. We review every single application, right? And so some people say, I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm the right fit or which fellowship I'm a fit for. I don't know if I should apply, but I know that I want to make a change in the world. I know that my venture can do this. My advice to you is to apply, become a part of our network. We take it very seriously to provide you with any other opportunities that we may think you may be a fit for, whether you are a bit early stage for a certain fellowship or a bit too advanced. Maybe you don't meet the specific criteria of the fellowship you applied for, but you'd be a great fit for another one. We really pay attention to these things and try to foster those relationships. One more thing I want to note that comes to mind here is just really the mentorship aspect and the alumni aspect. For mentorship, we not only have the preceptors that you're engaging with throughout the entire fellowship who are industry leaders and have years and years of experience, who will meet with you one-on-one and help you in a very personal and intimate way. We also have the Watson Institute team from around the globe. We help with one-on-one pitch coaching, base camp support, and just individualized connections and resources. We often see fellows building the strong sense of community and partnerships outside of the fellowship. We have fellows who continue to do base camps long after their journey with Watson Institute. We have an alumni LinkedIn group where we are always sharing connections and opportunities with alumni regularly. We engage with the alumni to come in for alumni panel sessions and so much more. So I hope that this information that I gave you today helps you to understand Watson Institute, who we are and what we do and how we do it. I hope that this helped to give you a high level understanding of the different impact fellowships that we power. And I hope that you want to take that first leap, that you want to go to our website, which is watson.is. You'll receive those links in the chat here and check them out. There's a guide to help you decide which fellowship you may be a fit for. In addition to that, please feel free to send me an email. I'll share that screen again here. And I am more than happy to help with any questions that you may have, help you just to explore your next steps. So with that, I would like to open the floor for questions. Alice, do you have anything that you would like to add at this time?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Angelique and Sandra. This has been an amazing presentation. I myself am thinking about applying for some of the fellowships. But I think everyone truly benefited, so we are truly appreciative of your time. I see we have a couple of questions, but before we go into the questions, I also wanted to feel included. So my superpower is the ability to see into the future and probably read a few minds as well. And then my focus area would be sustainability, but specifically focusing on the circular economy. And I truly loved everybody's area as well and their superpowers. So before we start, I see that someone has a question about the application process. Someone said, may I know the eligibility and also from some of the fellowship hubs? I'm not sure if they were inclusive, especially to African countries. So Angelique, could you help us answer that? I believe that was
Absolutely.
Mustafa. Yes.
Yes, I sure can. The eligibility criteria is a bit different for each of our impact fellowships. So, for example, we are currently accepting applications for the 2025 Ford Philanthropy Mobility Fellowship. This fellowship will be hosted in this spring, and it is a global recruitment effort. So we are accepting applicants from South Africa, Germany, the United Kingdom, Philippines, Thailand, Spain, Mexico, let's see, Brazil. So from all over. We do have a few other fellowships that we are recruiting for right now. They are focused in the United States. And as I mentioned earlier, we have two sort of cycles. And so this one is for the spring. We will open up applications for the fall fellowships sometime in April. But the criteria itself is a bit different for each. So I encourage you to check out our website, go to the Impact Fellowships tab, and work through that guide. Look at the information that interests you, and that should help you find the fellowship fit for you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Angelique. Another person had a question. I believe that's Marianne. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. And she says, is a fellowship inclusive to persons with disabilities? That's a very important question.
Very important question. Very great question. Absolutely. The answer is yes. We try at Watson Institute to be very diverse and inclusive in everything that we do. We have accommodation forms when we complete our intake forms for fellows who are strong applicants and accepted into the program. And we ask, how can we help you? How can we make this experience a good journey for you? We have worked with multiple different individuals and actually provided some additional support with sign language interpreters and things like that as well.
Thank you. And so I see another question which says, who can apply? I believe Angelique previously answered that, but maybe you could take that again one more.
Yeah, sure. I don't mind reiterating at all. Who can apply? All of you. Want to know why? Because all of you said, I'm passionate. I'm passionate about changing the world and social impact and social entrepreneurship. I'm passionate about this. And so I'm confident that you can find a way to work within our network or maybe receive an additional opportunity recommendation from us. But aside from that, we'd love to have everyone. While that's not always possible, you can see the specific criteria for each of the Impact Fellowships right at our website, which is watson.is. You can navigate to the Impact Fellowships tab and you'll see the criteria there.
Amazing. Someone said, is Ethiopia eligible? I think based on what Angelique just said, it might be specific to the type of fellowship that you want to apply for. There are various fellowships, and they have different criteria in different country, I believe, eligibilities. So,
Yes.
yeah, as she said, definitely check out Watson's website, watson.is, and you'll be able to find out more information there. Ariel says, how many years of experience do we need to be accepted? Great question.
Ooh, that is a good question, an interesting one. So today we're not speaking about one specific Watson Institute Impact Fellowships, but we're speaking about all of the Impact Fellowships that we power. Now, I had mentioned earlier that the criteria is different for each of them. That means venture stage and venture focus too. We have some Impact Fellowships who are looking for aspiring and early stage entrepreneurs. We have other fellowships. The majority of our fellowships are looking for entrepreneurs in that missing middle stage. So you've been established for 1 to 3 years. You have 1 to 10 employees. You have some impact metrics to show, but you're looking for the tools, the resources, the network, the connections to be able to scale your business or achieve product market fit. So we have a variety of venture stages for different impact fellowships, but that is the most common stage that we are looking for. So again, please visit the website and look through that criteria, because even though you may not be in that missing middle stage, you may fall into an earlier or later category for one of our other impact fellowships.
Thank you so much, Angelique. I see a question from Lise Mello. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. And the person says, are the fellowships strictly for entrepreneurs?
Yes. So we are looking for social entrepreneurs. That is a key pillar of what we do at Watson Institute, and our work is helping to uh, elevate those ventures. So yes, entrepreneurship is important here at Watson Institute.
Amazing. Are Nigerians eligible? I think Chima, as Angelique has stated, it might depend on the fellowship that you're applying for. So definitely check out watson.is to find out more about the fellowship that you're interested in and to find out more about the criteria as well. Um, what is the core value of this institute? What does it stand for? Angelique, over to you.
Sure. That's a really great question too. I like that. It's important. It's important to know when you're getting involved in something, what do you care about? What are your principles and your values? At Watson Institute, we have quite a few principles and values that we really stand behind. We're looking to develop young leaders and entrepreneurs to solve the toughest challenges facing the world. Our mission is to draw out the fullest potential of entrepreneurs and leaders to create impact and lead successful careers. Impact is in our DNA, and it forms the foundation of our strategy, team, partners, programs, and our values. With impact at our core, we never forget why we exist: to help leaders and entrepreneurs achieve humanity's fullest potential. Another core principle that we have is to protect your courage. We as people are driven by an unshakable desire to make the future better than the past. Doing so requires great strength in the face of challenges, taking the road less traveled, and steadfast courage. Watson Institute is the place, the community, and the education that aims to protect the courage of next generation entrepreneurs and leaders. I'm really excited you asked about our principles, and there are a couple more I want to share with you. We strive to go above and beyond each day in things both great and small to create a transformative culture for our students, partners, and our team. We believe the magic is in the details and are inspired by moments when we witness the transformation, meaning, and impact created by going the extra mile. We focus on the power of relationships. We lead our lives and make decisions based on what's going to strengthen our foundational relationships. We also strive for excellence in all that we do. Operational excellence shows up in always following up, following through, and well designed, efficient operational processes and systems. Then we also have a culture of coaching, whether it's the transformation of the individuals in our programs or the continual growth and professional development of everyone on our team. We constantly invest in building our people, growing ourselves as leaders, and actively seeking out coaching and opportunities to learn. Because the stronger our people, the greater our impact. Lastly, but not least, uh, based on a story from Watson Institute's early days, come to the window is a core principle that we have. It represents the principle of our communication, including an obligation to dissent, disagree, and commit. No drama, and go to the source. Our culture is defined by direct, honest, and frequent communication. So I hope that this helps you to understand our principles and what we try to do through each of our impact fellowships at Watson Institute.
Thank you so much, Angelique. Those are some amazing core values, and I believe that everyone on this show, on this webinar, can definitely find something that they can align with. I also have a question. I think you talked about application tips, and I think that is a very key part of this presentation. So everybody, please do take the time to watch this video again when we post it. It will be up on our LinkedIn and our YouTube channel. So make sure to follow us on those two channels and just watch this conversation again. And maybe you might have missed something. So when you rewatch it, you'll be able to grasp it then. But I think my question is, you've probably seen 100 or probably more than 100, hundreds of applications. What would be the main thing that you think the fellows that have been accepted have stood out? What did they say? How did they present their story? What made them stand out from all the other applicants?
That's a fun question. Sandra, would you like to answer that one? I feel like you have some really great insights or stories that you could share here.
Yes, absolutely. So the process of accepting someone to one of these fellowships is quite a job. So we review thousands and thousands of applications every recruitment cycle. And based on these applications that we receive, we select the ones that aligns more with the fellowship we are researching for or recruiting for. The ones that complete the applications with more details, more engagement, and a certain plan of what they are trying to achieve are the ones that are invited to an interview. So during the interview, what we do is we ask you questions about this fellowship to get to know about your motivations, what are you looking for, and how engaged you are with this project. And how do you guys want to continue growing? What are the next steps if you are looking to seek for new partners, increase the impact, or continue selling more and more products that you are creating? So basically, that's what we see. And I can tell you thousands of impact stories that I have heard during the interviews. But what most impact me is the motivation and the engagement you have with the communities you are trying to improve, like creating these new opportunities and how involved you are with the community you are living in or the community you are working with.
Okay, thank you so much, Sandra.
That's great.
I see that we have a few more questions. Please do put your questions in the chat, and so we can answer them whilst we're on this webinar. But I see someone has a question about having experience, not necessarily as an entrepreneur, but volunteering in their community and various ventures, training and mentoring entrepreneurs, but they don't necessarily have an organization or business themselves, but they have trainings in things aligned with entrepreneurship and social impact. Are they eligible, or you must have an organization or to be fully fledged and able to apply?
Sandra, feel free to take this one too.
So it would depend on the fellowship you apply for. So we have some fellowships in which not founders of entrepreneurs are, no, let me rephrase it. We have fellowships in which CEOs, management positions are able to apply for some of our fellowships. It will be based on the role you have in these organizations or these projects, so we can evaluate your position and how it will align with this fellowships. So yes, you guys are welcome to apply even though you don't have an entrepreneurship. If you guys work for an organization or some project within the community that it is creating impact around the globe or in a specific location.
Thank you so much, Sandra. So yeah, guys, don't let the fact that you don't have an organization limit you in any way. So far as you're creating impact, an aspiring entrepreneur or has that passion to help others, I believe those are some of the values that align with the Watson Institute, and so they'd be happy to have you join the fellowships. I see another question. What are some of the benchmarks your institute considers to be exceptional for selecting an applicant? Another amazing question. Thank you so much, Benjamin.
I think it's a good question.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. I'll start a little bit, and then we'll get Sandra's input on this too. But
Absolutely.
benchmarks that we consider to be exceptional for selecting an applicant. I don't think it's necessarily a specific impact number, how much impact you have made. I don't think it's that. What's exceptional to me when I'm reviewing applicants is when you can see the passion for the work that they do. When they really know their why they're doing this in the first place, we see those to be some of the strongest applicants. They're not just looking for uh, a venture development stipend or one specific thing. They're looking to gain as much knowledge as they can to really amplify the work that they want to do. So for me, the quote unquote benchmark that I think is truly exceptional is the deep passion behind the work that they do. Sandra, what do you think? What are some exceptional benchmarks with applicants?
I would agree with you, Angelique. It's definitely the passion you have and the motivation you have for this project you're working in. Um, I think that it is like how compromised you are to continue working on this, even though you have like this hard times or you're not able to continue doing it by yourself. But if you have the passion and the commitment to continue working on this benchmark, it's going to make you able to continue growth and increase your network and continue with this passion for a very long time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sandra and Angelique. I think the main thing I got from that was what is your why and everything in life? What is your purpose for doing what you do? And so once you're able to tell your story, share your motivation, your passion, whatever you're interested in, and whatever you've been doing, I believe that would make a great application. I see a question that talks about what's the Institute's strategy to expand to reach all young people? Do you have any specific strategy? Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. You all are giving us some great questions. I love that. Really gets us thinking. So we're always refining our strategies. One of the things that we do is to bring in the alumni network. We want alumni to feel empowered to help select future cohorts. So that's one strategy that we have. In addition to that, we are always looking for potential nominators in key geographic areas around the world. So we reach out, we say, can you share the word? Do you have opportunities within your organization that we can share with applicants or with fellows? Let's work together and let's collaborate. That's a really big way of sharing the news as well. And then we really tap into social media. Sandra, let's talk to them a little bit about that.
Yes, absolutely. So, as Angelique did mention, we have our alumni groups in our social media. We have one on Facebook and one on Instagram, in which we continuously communicate with our alumni community. Other thing that we do on our social media is that we constant share the new opportunities or the fellowships that are open to apply. The other thing that we are normally sharing is the summit events that are the culmination events that we have for each fellowships. Besides that, we always maintain this communication with current fellows, which when they share about their base camps or successes they have had during the fellowship or afterwards. So we encourage them and we celebrate them. So that is a strategy that we have to continue growing and to expand to reach new people and young people, as you ask.
Thank you. I think just also add, they are partnering up with organizations such as Opportunities for Youth to reach more people and to just spread their wings a little bit, which I think is amazing. Gideon has a question for us. Gideon says, what concessions can you make for people who exceed some age limits in regards to some of the fellowships? Maybe Sandra could take that for us and then hand it over to Angelique.
Sure.
Yes, so it will depend, as well as we have been mentioning, the fellowship you are applying for. So all of our fellowships have different requirements, but we almost try to recruit applicants between 25 and 45, even 50 years old, for them to apply. If you are younger than 25, you may apply as well, but we do it based on the application that you completed. So it will vary depending on the fellowship you are applying for.
Yes, I think Sandra said that very well. We certainly do not skip over an application that is younger than 25 or older than 45. It really is based on your application answers, and we do want to be inclusive of all ages. So while age ranges may be within there, most commonly, we really are looking for applicants over the age of 18.
Amazing. So guys, apply. I think they've given us a lot of motivation to go ahead and apply. So just to follow what Angelique said it with her tips, sit, think about your responses, take a look at the fellowship criteria, read through them over and over again, and find what you're truly passionate about and what aligns with you the best, I guess. But just to kind of remind everyone, please make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms. Opportunities for Youth is on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So share it as well with all your other colleagues and friends, and make sure to follow Watson Institute as well on all of their social media platforms. I see a couple more questions coming through. Mohammed says he's wrapping up his master's in computer science. Congratulations, Mohammed. What fellowship would be appropriate for me? Just to kind of reiterate what Angelique said prior, and she'll probably take over the question as well. I think it truly depends on what the eligibility criteria would be. As she just came to talk about all the impact fellowships today, but maybe Angelique, you could just quickly answer this question for Mohammed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Alice said it correctly. You can view our website and look to see which fellowship might be appropriate for you. Now, if your focus area is computer science, I would need more information to really guide you on which fellowship you would be a fit for. It would depend. Are you impacting refugee, highly marginalized, or forcibly displaced communities? Do you have some sort of focus with or element of transportation or mobility? Are you integrating your computer science into sustainability focuses? So it really just depends, honestly.
Thank you so much, Angelique. Ariel has another question. It says, what if the person leads an association instead of a social enterprise? I think from what Sandra and Angelique said, they're still very much open to receiving applications from everyone. You don't need to necessarily have a social enterprise or an organization or to actually be an entrepreneur, just to have that passion. You could be involved in a community project and just have a great application and would get the fellowship. But Sandra, could you just reiterate and answer Ariel's question?
Absolutely. So we encourage all entrepreneurs and community leaders to apply to the best fit of all of our impact fellowships that we have. We run about 8, am I correct, Angelique? 8 fellowships during the year. So one of those might align with the work that you are doing in this association. So yes, you are welcome to apply, even if you are an entrepreneur or if you are a leader in the organization or association you're working with.
Yes, absolutely. Sandra said that right. A leader, a decision maker, a key employee, an entrepreneur. So it really is broad on what that can be.
Absolutely. So Ariel, do not feel limited in any capacity. I don't see any more questions, so I would wrap up by saying thank you so much, Angelique and Sandra, for joining us today and sharing so much knowledge on the Watson Institute and the Impact Fellowships that you are running all throughout the year. So please do check it out. As Angelique and Sandra mentioned, they have put some few links in the chat. And also you can check out the Watson.is to view more of the fellowships and the criteria as well. If you have any questions, please do reach out to Angelique and Sandra. Also connect with all of us here on our LinkedIn profiles. I think I saw something about email sharing in the chat. Please do reach out to us on LinkedIn. And well, Angelique, would you have any final words to wrap up? Or perhaps Sandra?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you to Opportunity Desk for providing us this space to just share our hearts and our work and all that we do. Thank you, Alice, for guiding us through this amazing presentation. It has been so smooth. So thank you for that. And just thank you, everyone, for the work that you're doing to impact our world, for caring about that and the change that you're making. So thank you.
Amazing. Sandra, any last comments?
Yes, I just want to thank you guys, opportunities for you for this space and this time for us being able to present this Impact Fellowships opportunities to your community. So we are hopefully awaiting for all of you to contact us and being able to engage with you guys and help you guys to continue impacting the communities you are at.
Amazing. Thank you guys so much. And I hope you enjoyed this webinar. Please do check it out when we post it. It will be live on our YouTube channel and our LinkedIn. And I hope you're having I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Bye everyone.
Bye.